In this video, I'm going to show you how I made this. This is for my son's second birthday. It's just a little like tunnel for him to play in. It's kind of going to be like a little decoration, but obviously he'll probably be using it for a while after his second birthday. But yeah, if you want to learn how to do this, I suppose learn is a stretch of the imagination. If you want me to show you how I did it, keep watching. This is just the drawing stage, so I've drawn out the tent. Obviously, you'll notice that it does look a little bit different with the drawings because I changed the scallop edge, but I just kind of got the rough shape of the tent that I wanted. And this is me just doing the edges with some masking tape just to make the cardboard edges not as rough so that I can paint them and make them look a bit tidy. I did this with all of the edges through the whole project. Any edge, whether it be the stand pieces, the nameplate, literally everywhere, all the way around the tent, I did all of the same edging. So I did one strip of masking tape, and then I did loads and loads and loads of little strips around over the top of that one strip of masking tape. You'll probably be able to tell. You can see the little overlap there. This is me starting the painting section. As you can see, I decided here that I did not like the scallops and I wanted to change them out. So that's exactly what I did. I did some stripes in the same red colour. I kind of stuck with the same red colour overall, but the yellow colour I did change because I did not like the initial yellow colour that I chose because it was too mustard-y. Yeah, it was really, really bright. Yeah, I changed the yellow in a second. I used tape at the top edge to just get the solid lines. It doesn't really matter if you do this or not because, to be honest, most of my edges don't really look super straight anyway. If you wanted them super straight, just do tape over the whole thing, but I could not be bothered doing that. But yeah, this is me changing the colour because it looked pretty awful, to be honest. I had to go over the paint a few times as well because the pen that I'd drawn the outline with kept seeping through, so use pencil. This is me cutting out the actual thing, as you can see, because you're not idiots and you know what cutting out looks like. I decided on a nice pale like sky blue for the outside just because I thought that it looked a bit nicer and a contrasting colour, because I was going to do black originally, but then I thought that probably was a bad idea. I do black on the whole of the back of the piece because that just made sense, because it's just the back, it doesn't really matter. I just made the back tidy. Ultimately, I didn't really do much else with it. As long as it was tidy, I didn't really care. Here, I'm edging all of the scalloped edges and all the stripes with like a deeper red colour. So I just got the same red paint and I just added a bit more black to it. But yeah, this is probably the point where I thought that this is actually looking pretty good, if you ask me. Yep, that's you could stop there if you really wanted to. But obviously I didn't because I couldn't help myself. This is a little nameplate that I'm making. I kind of made like a similar blue colour for the background of this, because I also didn't want to do that in yellow and red because I thought that it'd be a bit too overwhelming for it to just have all yellow and red. But yeah, I did a pale blue, and then the lettering, I kind of had to use my phone, so I could not film it. I literally put masking tape on top of my phone screen and traced it on Google Maps. Yeah, no, that's not what you get font. On Google. So I literally, and then I stuck it onto some paper, and then don't make the mistake I did, paint it before you stick it on. I stuck it on before I painted it, so then I had to paint it afterwards. Yeah, bad idea. So this is going to be like a little flap of... Oh, wait, hang on a minute. I've not fucking shown you. Anyway, I glued the edges of that fat quarter, that yellow fat quarter, and I stapled it to the back of the board, and I hot glued it. So I hot glued all the edges of the fat quarter and stapled. Wow, that's really bad recording that. Anyway, this is me just gluing the nameplate on. Yeah, I literally glued the edges of the fat quarter, and then I glued it to the back, and then I just stapled over to make sure it was super secure. Hot glued his nameplate on. This is what I'm doing now. Come on, get to it. Wow. I'm not the best at recording, as you can probably tell. But yep, here's me putting it on. It probably does look a bit wonky. What the fuck is this? Wow. As you can tell, I'm fantastic at this. Yeah, look, sticking it on there. Put a bit of pressure on with your hot glue. Obviously, it's a bit wonky, but I kind of wanted it to be a bit like rough around the edges. Like, it didn't need to be perfect at all. If you wanted it to be perfect, please don't ask me how to do that. This is the back of, so basically this piece here, this black piece, goes on the back at the top of the fabric just to clean up that edge because it looked a bit rough. So I just literally quickly cut out a piece of cardboard, taped it like I did the same with all the edges, and I glued this to the back of the fucking board. Yeah. Yeah, really good content, Amy. Fantastic. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh my god, I can't use that. Alright, there we go. A little bit softer. My goodness. So I'm just painting on top of them, but that glue line, because I don't want it to look like I've filled it in with silicone, which I essentially have done. But yeah, just fill it in, cover up any like patchy bits of paint like that bit, so that will be covered now. And let me get that bit there. Let me smooth them out. This will dry all the same colour, so there's no worries about that there. Right, let's just paint over all the little bits of fucking hot glue, shall we? There we go. So then there's no bunched up bits of fucking paint, all dribbly or horrible looking. Anyway, yeah. Let's move that out of the way. Look at that. Look at the state of that. But that's the back. That's what the back's going to look like. Nice and neat. That probably is actually a bit wonky, but I can't tell if it's just that that's making it look wonky. And then the front, let's do a little spin around it. Oh my goodness. Fabulous. I did a little 2 because it's his 2nd birthday. And it's one of them I would get some helium for some balloons to like attach to the back here, so then it looks like all like whoa. But helium's expensive, and I don't really know if it's worth it, to be honest. Plus we're running out of helium, so save the planet, guys, where you can. I don't really know if that would have much difference, but anyway. Yeah. Buzzing.